Good day, lords and ladies of the internet. I am your host today, the Parafox Archangel, the English gentleman of the internet, and I welcome you back to Oxygen Not Included. If you are old on this channel, you will know I have played this game a lot in the past. And if you're new, you will soon learn I love this game. This game has always been a passion of mine, so what better time than to come back and play it than with a new DLC, all about the place being flooded and underwater, because they finally taught the little idiots how to swim. Something I couldn't be happier about. So, if you also know me, you know I like to play with tons and tons of mods. So I've got a couple installed, because I want this to be a mostly vanilla experience for myself. Granted, I do have a couple of, like, quality of life things here and there that I've got turned on, such as the ability to create the duplicates however I like at the very beginning, just so that you don't have to spend the first 20 minutes of gameplay clicking the random reroll button until you get the person correctly. I think that's fair. So, I'm really interested to see what kind of new fish we have in this flooded world. And the fact apparently we all start with basic swimming. I didn't add that using my mod. They all got that by default. So, yeah. I'm interested to see what this becomes. So, we've got Nesbit, my digging engineer, my digging construction worker, who she always is, and I love Nesbit for it. Senna, from the fancy DLC, because I'm a fancy man. We have to have the fancy person. And Kai, who is, well, the new person of this DLC. So we have to include them too. Let's see what this place looks like. Alert. Ooh. Different sounds. This asteroid has suffered extensive flooding. My scans show traces of a previous party of explorers, but only one remains. It is imperative that I find and recruit the survivor to my colony. Their adaptations may well be the key to plumbing the depths of this waterlogged world. Right. Okay. Well, first things first, I probably need to come down to this research portal. And our starting biome has poke shells in it. Interesting. Mussel sprout, what are you? Ah, you're the single harvest food of this type. Right. What about you? Husher cups. Husher cups are a decorative plant. Okay. What is this? Starnicle. It uses Coitnia, whatever the Christ that is. That stuff. What is this stuff? Interesting. So this is the basic material of this place. What the heck is this stuff? Coralnium. It can be turned into lime. Well, okay then. It's got a one-to-one. Oh wait, no, that's a sage hatch. Tidal spring. Consuming liquids. I'm sorry. What? An aquatic spring that periodically sprouts highly pressurized liquid drawn from its environment. Geysers and furrows emit elements at variable intervals. They provide a sustainable source. I'm not sure what to make of that. Slogo. Oh my god, I've only just begun, and I'm already seeing all of these new things. They have mini fridges? I like that. I like mini fridge. It's apparently submersible. So that's clearly going to be a requirement here. Salt back wall. Coitnia black wall. They've added back wall to default back wall to some of the places. Waterweed. Well, you know what? If we have waterweed immediately. What the hell is the three-eyed fish? The three-eyed fish is our source of oxygen. This species eats only waterweed, but lacks digestive enzymes required to process the plant efficiently. Large amounts of excess oxygen build up in the creature's gut during digestion, resulting in chronic and extreme bloating. Marine explorers have learned to siphon oxygen from bloaters in an emergency. It is not clear who was the first to attempt this. Right. So... First things first, we need materials. And amongst those materials, we need metal. So, what's this? Soda cane. Soda cane produces salty sticks. Salty sticks causes reduction in stamina and movement speed. Interesting. It can be combined with a nosh bean for a pretty good food. And that's it. That's its only purpose. So, Slogo, I never truly looked at what you did. Slogos are non-hostile critters that consume salt and excrete dirt. They eat 100 kilograms of salt for 50 kilograms of dirt. So we got a new dirt producer. Okay. They naturally produce mucin, which is a water alternative. Huh. That I was not expecting. I've been in this video for 10 minutes and all we've done is pause the game and see what the hell's going on. And apparently there's an alternate version too, which likes very hot temperatures. Lifespan 25 days. Oh, so you're effectively the light bugs of this place. Okay. They eat sulfur and excrete obsidian. Their malt can be turned into lime. Well, that's typical for these sorts of things. What about this ones? It can be turned into gold. So you're a potential source of proper metal for us, are you? Interesting. What other things do we have around here? Petapoof. Decorative plant? Decorative plant. Oh, and I also have one of these lovely wrecked satellites to deal with too. Glorious. Well, at least that means I can get mutated plants immediately. Gum palms can be harvested for gumwood, which can be processed into latex at the plant pulverizer. Due to their size, it can only be planted in a wide hydroponic farm. Huh. That's new. So the gumwood can be used alongside things like this. Can be used as a form of wood for the smoker to make the smoked fish, which is really good. Latex is used to make rubber, but can be frozen down into sugar? Okay. Okay. Rubber is used to make swimwear, rubber boots, rubber gasket. Prevents unwanted liquid leakage. Swimwear protects the user from soggy feet and sopping wet. Rubber boots protect from slippery floor. You actually have separate footwear now. Oh, that's cool. That is a brilliant new addition. And adds so many different things. We start with a sani shell? Well, I think I have explored the place enough. We should probably get started at, you know, getting everything down. Oh, this is a big looking... What the heck are you? A beacon. Breath of fresh air. Huh. So you're a... amphibian. Also, I should click this and get my fancy blueprints about things I can grab. This didn't exist last time I made a series of this. Ooh, new toilet. Ooh, new sculpture. I love it. Normally I only get worthless clothing. So, you eat starnacles or phosphorite and excrete lime. Okay. And they produce light. Okay. Interesting. Can you stop showing me 1,000 new things at once? Sequiline. What the heck are you? They feed on pearl and produce overlean at the Aquatic milking station, which can apparently be turned into brackwax, which is quite an important material, actually. Interesting. Clam plum. I'm guessing you're used to make the pearls. Yes, yes you are. You eat 3.1 kilograms of pearl a cycle. That is not much, considering. Especially as this thing only cares about sand. Huh. And you also produce slime, which can then be used as a source of either feeding the poke shell. Ah, you can't actually eat slime. I thought you could. The wood one can. The wood one can, but doesn't have the best conversion ratio into sand. Sandy one can. And you could argue it's got the best conversion ratio, just not the quickest. Interesting. Interesting. Well, right now we've got plenty of air around the place. Let me see the skill trees right now, because I know swimming's in here. Huh. How does swimming work, then? Where's your stamina? So one of our goals should be to get up there in order to grab the swimsuit. I have also just realized I have done this wrong. Well, crap. Well, as always, someone's starting their journey in this sleeping on the floor. But you want to know what's something really funny? Despite the fact I've done this same design for every single Oxygen Not Included game I've ever played, I still have gotten it wrong again. Nisbet, I need you to build, please. Whew. I make the map so that they each have one bed to begin with. Glorious. Right. What kind of things can we see here? Flute coral. What are you? I don't think I looked at you. Fertilization lime, irrigation salt water. Flute corals are aquatic organisms that use light to produce oxygen. Due to their size, it can only be planted in the wide hydroponics. Interesting. I'm not gonna lie, this place looks bloody beautiful. If nothing else, the place looks goddamn beautiful. What's this? A kelp tower. It can be harvested for Norel. Norel, a bundle of slightly salted, dried greenery from a kelp tower or kelpole. It's most commonly used as an ingredient in higher tier dishes. An ore hull and a kelp pole. Huh. You know, I find it very funny. We're on the aquatic planet, and yet we have not yet seen a Pacu. Right. So, I am going to fix this mess tomorrow. That is different music from what I remember. I'm enjoying this so far. If that wasn't obvious. So, first things first, we don't break the oxalite, because when you mine something, it gives you half the density of the thing you got, so we'd get half as much oxygen for breaking it, which is not what we want. One thing we do want is maybe to get up here so that we can get this clothing. Now, one of the mods I have is extra room types, including... Well, to be fair, I have the mod. I've had the mod for a while, so and I know they've added more room types into the base game, so I have no idea what I'ma call it and what isn't anymore. So, swimwear protects the wearer from soggy feet and sopping web. Enables bionic duplicants to cross waist-deep pools without liquid exposure damage. Ooh, that bit I like. Kai, you're the aquatic one of this special place. Go equip the wetsuit. It has never taken me this long to get power. You are emitting salt water. Now you are consuming salt water. And now you are emitting it again. Not gonna lie, I don't know what to make of these tidal springs. This corium's got decent thermal conductivity. What about this cornictria? To be fair, this cornictria's got not bad thermal conductivity for the sake of producing us a reduction in ambient temperatures. Right, now I can research. Okay, so first thing I need to research is power regulation, because we want batteries. Quite simply. Senna, get to work. As for you, Kai... Well, we know there's a geyser over here, so... First things first, what kind is it? It is a gas geyser. For a start, okay. That didn't take long. And this is why I love having a researcher. Oh, actually, now that I got this, I can look up the new different things. So what have we got? Wall planter. Grows one extra large aquatic plant from a seed. It also doubles as a wall tile. Okay. I am assuming that is specifically for the starfish. Wide hydroponic farm. Yes. Mini fridge. Mini fridge, for a start, is in a very weird location for it. Because it's not part of the food. And second... quite late game, honestly. We then also have aquatic grooming station. And aquatic shearing station. Marine drill. Removes material buildup from underwater vents to restore the flow of gases. Must be built atop of a vent or fissure. That's new. Glass jelly ceiling light. Love it. Glass back wall. Also love it. Rubber tile. Provides an anti-slip work surface and effective insulation. You know, I've just realized the irony to them bringing this place out in the first place. Because the thing is, they brought out the bionic duplicants, and quite frankly, the bionic duplicants were, frankly, overpowered. And that's undisputable. So, how do you nerf them? You bring out the next challenge planet and make it entirely water. Right, what can we make? More rubber boots! Thank you! Oh yeah, I should be trying to dig down here in order to get the research portal. That should be the objective. Oh yeah, and I also forgot to set the default priorities to everyone except Senna to never research. Senna, you are not operating. Thank you. Once we get the battery set up, it won't be as bad and we won't have to care as much. But right now, don't be a bloody idiot. We've got lots of algae for us to potentially use for oxygen as well, which is nice. Honestly, the main source of oxygen I want to use is these bloaters. Oh, there's a Pacu. There are Pacus. Is the bloater and these flute corals. I suppose the question is, how are we going to get light in there? Because all the light that we know of isn't waterproof. The main thing would be this thing, which also produces oxygen. How much light does it produce? 5,000. God, they are meant to be paired with these things. And they produce lime. Yeah, irrevocably, these things are meant to be paired with these things. They produce 5 lime a day. How much lime do you produce? Ironically, 5. What do you need to grow? This stuff, which I don't think we have a method to create. No, we don't. Which means the Starnicles are bad because they're limited in what they can do. And what we really need, frankly, is a Dreco. That'll keep them happy. Day 4. We are almost out of food. We are almost out of... Well, we've still got plenty of air. We're almost out of food, and the little idiots still haven't bothered making batteries. Crap. So how much calories is one of these things? Muscle tongue. 2,800, which means that basically 3 people. Almost. So we probably need to go and unleash all of them. Do you things need anything? Yes, salt. You eat salt. Salt's not the hardest thing to get. Especially if I can get a cool water geyser. How many geysers are on this planet? Well, apparently there's a polluted brine, salt water, volcano, natural gas, hydrogen, carbon dioxide, and 3 unknown geysers as well. Honestly, carbon dioxide's really good, because that's really good for you. Early rocketry. Especially as it's the liquid carbon dioxide, which means that it's going to produce very cold carbon dioxide, so I don't have to worry about it. And we've got hydrogen for power, natural gas for power, salt for unlimited salt, salt water for unlimited salt and water. I don't know what the polluted brine produces, though. That's new to me. Apparently I can put that in the desalinator. I didn't know that. But I can also put it into the tubular in order to make plastic. Huh. Rubber gasket prevents unwanted liquid leakage. What am I meant to do with this? So, remind me. What do I need for all the different mess halls and whatnot? I just need the dining table. Great Hall just needs a decor building and a recreation building, like the water cooler. Right. Okay. You know what? I'm not gonna lie. I probably shouldn't let you have this thing. But damn it, is it a good source of morale. Especially as I'm pretty sure that buff lasts multiple days. Portal unlocked. Eureka! We've decrypted the research portal's final transmission. New buildings have become available. Tidal turbine, gasket pattern, mesh tile. Tell me what any of those are. Tidal turbine converts the kinetic energy from a tidal spring below it into electrical power. Huh. So these things have probably quite a lot of use then. Especially given the fact I think we already have 3 of the bastarding things. 4, 5. We have 5 of them. It doesn't produce the most amount of power, I won't lie. In fact, where even is it on here? Right there. Oh, it's a tier 1 tech. Ah. So, other than the gasket, although the gasket is made at the crafting station, which is pretty low tier, it needs latex, it needs the vulcanizer, which I think is the issue in terms of the tech. Actually, no, it's only tier 2. That's not too bad, honestly. Ah, oxygen not included. God, do I love you so. What do you offer me? And... okay, so we've got oxygen and oxygen. We've got the oxyphone, which is an absolute bugger to take care of at times. But could be necessary if we want to just get rid of all the carbon dioxide eventually, which we will do. And the aloe vera thing requires, like, negative 30 degrees, because it comes from the Frosty pack. So, yeah, there's no point grabbing that. Cool, and like this, we have a laboratory. Nice. Meaning I can delete these, and turn this place into the mess hall. Marvelous. Ah, you can level up. Okay, glorious. Level up your research. You can level up your digging. And you can, frankly, get some more strength for carrying crap. Ah. But already the oxygen grows thin. Well, I mean, it is included in the name of the game. Glorious. Everyone ate in a mess hall, in the Great Hall, and thus are perfectly happy. Except for the fact we are out of food. God bloody damn it. Okay, Nisbet. That's cute and all. But not in the slightly what's needed right now. That's right. Dig a tunnel to the air. Ooh, hello. What might you be? Again, you are air. Did I unlock something new? I did. It's a cool steam vent. Okay. So now we can start producing some air in the form of the algae terrarium. Nice. And then, once we have you hooked up, we'll be able to start making some proper air. So I'm gonna reload the day. Just because this fucking thing's a bastard. And it's decided to just murk every single other animal. Because we want this mucin. And we don't need these little things tamed when oh, it's better if they're tamed because then they only produce 15. otherwise. Okay. Okay. How have I managed to avoid digging up any algae? That honestly feels impressive more than anything. So now we have the refrigerator, which means we can now make a kitchen. Would someone like to go dig up the algae, please? Hello, hello! Yes, please! That's more power! Why are you dying? Oh, I'm guessing you got too close to that bastard. Then again, you've already laid an egg. It's the problem with poke shells and whatnot. They're very hostile buggers. Right, with that all mined out, now I can make my kitchen. So, first up, we put the refrigerator there, the electric grill there, and the micro crusher there. Cut that across the top. It then needs a decor building. I'm pretty sure a ceiling light counts as a decor building. It does not. I need more algae. Which means I need to completely pull this area apart. Ah, that's a first. I have found both the teleporter supply output and the teleporter input before finding the teleporter. And I unlock a new blueprint. What do you give me, game? Fair enough. I mean, it's not royal neutronium, but I suppose it's something. Where the Christ are you going? Good God, that was fast, Kai. Okay, we have completed the research giving us the vulcanizer, which now has the potential to give us what we need. I've also just realized that the power generated by the tidal turbine is not permanent. Or like a constant generation. It is a temporary generation, because obviously the turbine emits water, and then when it runs out, it goes up to sucking it up. Granted, it's not a low uptime or a low downtime, so it does basically, for the most part, keep going. You know, I keep wondering, why is this not a room? And then I realize, oh wait, I never put on a goddamn door. There we go. What can I actually grow? I can grow the soda cane, which apparently only needs salt, which then produces the salty sticks, which is not exactly a good food source. I can make mush bars, but again, not exactly the best food source. What the hell? Recruit survivor. My duplicants found the survivor exploring the kelp biome. She appears to be hungry. My duplicants offered to exchange 36,000 calories of sushi for 1 gasket and 2 gum seeds, and she agreed. I must Enable delivery to ensure she reaches our cargo. Yeah, no! Also, what the hell are you? Well, you're a water geyser of some sort. I'm going to assume you're the carbon dioxide. Also, I had no clue that Buddy Buds were submersible. Also, I get Buddy Buds on this planet. The best decorative plant there is. So, ironically, I am noticing this planet might have a distinct lack of both air and food, ironically. Now, we've got a bit of food, thanks to the muscle tongue we've been just looting from all over the place. Ooh, a bunch of copper, that's nice. And a tiny bit of diamond, randomly. Alright. Okay, so I need to test some things. First up... Yes, it looks like I can put the ceiling light in water. So... Go, Nisbet. Create. Damn. Alright. Printing pot. I would like food. Under the spirits of the video, I'm not gonna click the reroll button. I will accept the dirt. I've just realized there's iron in here. I've also just realized this was probably a geode that this wrecked satellite decided to destroy for me. And not only that, that particular geode was you. Okay. So they are going to be producing oxygen at 1/4? Is it? Yeah. 1/4 of the rate. Which means if I truly want to make use of them, I need to irrigate them. And if I want to do that, I need to figure out which one of these goddamn geysers is a saltwater one. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I haven't been touching waterweed this entire time because it always needed bleach stone as a fertilizer. Are you telling me they have removed that and all it needs is salt water now? So waterweed is actually viable now. Well, bleach stone under the right circumstances wasn't always the hardest to get, but it certainly wasn't easy. But they've now gone and changed that. Okay. Perfect. This is always the things to look up to make sure to keep an eye out for. Both the changes to the new stuff and whatever happened to the old stuff, too. Yeah, that's right. Get lost, you stupid poke shell. Oh, you've been separated from your egg, no less, as well, so you're no longer hostile. Perfect. Even better. So I actually have quite a bit of food now, because we've just been harvesting all the lettuce. Which actually isn't the worst meal. It's not a bad one, at least. Man, we have quite a lot of these tidal springs, and those are a nice source of what the hell are you? Orehull. Orehells are shy aquatic creatures that eat kelp poles and excrete polluted dirt. They can be sheared for iron ore. Alright. So they eat kelp pole, 10 units a cycle. 10 of them a cycle, or the nori, which comes from the kelp pole. And excrete polluted mud. If I'm not mistaken, each kelp can produce it. Yeah, these things work just like the whatchamacallit, the ornovine from the prehistoric one. Okay. Hey, look, another random ass person. Recruit survivor number 2! My duplicants found the survivor exploring the reef biome. She seems fascinated by the clam palm. She has offered us to trade us 1 gasket and 2 flute coral seeds for 200 kilograms of its pearls. I must enable its delivery to ensure a good bargain. That one's plausible. You're plausible. Oh, you're also producing air. Thanks to this thing here. So the Beacons I can just have living with the flute coral and then not really give a damn about them. Also, I have just realized I can actually work out what each of these geysers is, at least some of them. I've also just realized apparently there's tons and tons of oxalite just randomly around this place too. Very nice. I should probably try and get that. If I remember rightly, I think it's this one or this one, which is the load-bearing thing of a geyser. Oh, I need improved farming in order to even farm the clampums. Interesting. Well, Senna, you might as well get on that. That is going to be your job. Right, so you're not even producing anywhere near enough light to produce what we need of light to get these things to produce oxygen, are we? You know, it's kind of sad. They give me, like, several new methods to produce oxygen, and yet I'm still struggling with air. Something I genuinely haven't struggled with in oxygen not included for a long time. Ironically. Okay, now for the great reveal. Which geyser are you? Cool Steam. I think I remember that one actually being Cool Steam. Damn it, I wasted that. Ah, so no, the ceiling lights can't exist in the water. Okay. Ooh, now that's mealwood. That's something we need, because we then use the meal... We're going to use the mealwood to make the lice loaf, which we can then combine with the nori and the fish fillet, or the calamari, if we can figure out a source of that, with the sushi bar to make the sushi bar rolls. Ooh. You made a mess. Why did you make a mess? I need to make the goddamn toilet. But I'm not gonna lie, these tidal turbines are really, really good. They're just free power, and just because of how many there are, we could get an awful lot. I need refined metal to make the vulcanizer. I should have known. Luckily, I do technically possess a source, but... oh god, if I unlock that. Ah, so this is the natural gas geyser. Okay, natural gas is good, because then we can use that for both power and for potential water generation. Now, I am probably at the point where I should probably add another person. But then you gave me food. Excellent? Really? What biomes does this planet have? Beach, reef, space, kelp forest, forest? Rust, radioactive, abyss? Man, I've hardly explored anything, have I? I have to wonder how I'm meant to dig this back wall up. Oh, so here's the rust biome. Even has dash of salt vines. Which I don't think are going to be any use, because I don't have access to chlorine, really. Unless I just want to use the rust thing. But that produces so much heat. And like that, we have ourselves another tidal turbine. I don't need it, but, you know, I might as well have the power ready for when I do need it. There's even arbor trees, which is the best source of wood. Meanwhile, the mealwood needs dirt, which we could theoretically get if we domesticate the slugs, because the slugs can give us dirt in exchange for salt, which we can get from the desalinator once we figure out where the salt or brine geyser is. Preferably the brine one, honestly. Where are you going, Nisbet? Why are you going there for air when it's right there? Ooh, okay, so we just had a bit... Man, we are revealing a lot right now, aren't we? You are currently carrying Nori. Nori? Does Nori even spoil? Yes. Yes, it does. It's also worth +2 standard quality. Except it's 0 calories. Can I do anything with it? Not until I have meal lice and proper fish. So you there are the saltwater geyser. Except you're outputting at 95 degrees, which is not what we like. Also, I guess I should click this. Story trait! So down here with the frozen one. Here we have the ancient one. Oh, and down here in the magma, we have the petrified one. Yay! I love it when it's in the fucking magma. Hate that one. So, the question is, which way do we want to continue? The answer is, we want to explore. So, how do we go about exploring? Well, for a start, we need to... be able to do so in such a way that we don't cause everything to just suddenly implode and collapse on us. We need a good, sustainable source of food. Air as well, but air's a little bit more sorted thanks to the algae terrariums. Squid ink. Where, do tell, did squid ink come from? It hasn't. And yet it's appeared in the water cooler. Interesting. Ah, I have found the surface. If I have found the surface, that means the teleporter is down below. Probably. And quite frankly, the teleporter is one of the things we definitely need in order just to see where the heck it is we are going. Hello, printing pod. What do you offer me? Dirt. I guess I can go for dirt. I won't lie. It is a tad annoying that despite getting geoactive, I did not get a metal volcano. Because those tend to be rather important. Also, despite the fact we have the jungle biome, we haven't got a pip. But we do have a tree. I think... If I truly want to get places, I need to go deeper. Also, I need to find a place for these poor little snails to live. Ha ha! I have found it. No, I have not found it. I have found something else entirely. God damn it! Oh, I think I drowned one of the snails. I know a lot of people probably don't like the way I make this base, because I tend to not just eviscerate every single resource, so to say. Like, I see so many people just go like, and whoop, like that. To which I just think, as much as I can understand why people do that, it just doesn't. I don't know, it's just not the way I do things. Alright, printing pod, what have you got for me? Oh, 1 second. Damn. The sweat corn requires peat. And the only way we can get peat is from lums, which aren't in this particular planet set. Shame. I'd love my dinosaur. Go, Nisbet, go. Explore. Discover the world ahead. And discover for me that going up is useless and we need to go down. To whatever the hell this is. Huh. Solemn synthesizer. Fun. Would you mind explaining to me where the teleporter is? What are you? Tell me. You are another gas geyser of some sort. Oh, interesting. I've actually unleashed the the saltwater geyser. Didn't realize that one was the one that unleashed it. Here we have nosh sprouts. Now, nosh sprouts are really good because we can use those. Because that's what we need to combine with the salty sticks in order to make the edamame or whatever in this sushi bar thingamajig. Also, now that I have back walls, I genuinely have to ask. Considering there is a bunch of, like, salt back wall here in some regard, what happens if I build a back wall over one of them? So that is how I mine the back. Okay. That adds a whole new level of complex materials to gather, and I love it! And there's a neural vacuolator. Do we have a teleporter yet? Of course not! That would make things too easy! It's only the most critical thing there is. Fucking finally. I found you. And you're in the most awkward of locations that could have ever possibly be conceived. Let's see where the other place is. Let's see, what is it? Oilolin. It's got a hydrogen vent, liquid sulfur, carbon dioxide, and oil reservoir. Fun! And I look here at the space exposure with the hydrogen gas and immediately think, oh, that place is going to be a vacuum in no time. Ah, good start, good start. I need glassy to make the wide hydroponic farm. Okay, game, explain to me what classifies as glassy. Diamond, glass, amber, pearl. Pearl counts. Okay, that I didn't expect. Definitely adds a whole lot more function towards these clampums, though. If that's the case. All I know is the moment Cena levels up, I'm going to teach them critter ranching, and she is going to be moving this little fella up into there with the double flute coral. Well, I've been at this for 3 hours. We have made a start at a base, especially at discovering all the fun little new things, and quite frankly, I love every little bit of it. It adds so many new depths, so many new strategies. I love the fact we just have these back wall resources as much as anything. I think that's one of the best, probably one of the newest traits and things, which is just amazing. Because it just means the resources on the planet are so much deeper than you initially think they are. And also, I love these tidal springs. The tidal springs, I think, is the piece de la resistance. I just hurt myself for speaking French. Ouch. Just because it's free power. It is just free power. It produces, honestly, very little heat compared to a lot of other power producers too, as well, actually. The tidal turbine produces 625 DTUI. The manual generator produces 1,000. The coal generator produces 9,000. Wood burner, 9,000. Peat burner, 4,500. Hydrogen generator, 4,000. Natural gas generator, 10,000. Petroleum generator, 20,000. Steam turbine, 4,000. And then the solar panel doesn't produce any. And quite frankly, we're also on a planet, not you, which doesn't get meteor swarms, meteor showers either. Which means that we can just layer the entire top level with solar panels for even more power. This place has just so much free renewable power that it begs you to use the bionic duplicants, but you can't because there's bloody water everywhere. So, I'm going to leave this episode here. We are on day 24. Our goal for this series is probably just as usual with these sorts of things. Get into space and do something. One of these is a third planet. I know that much. And then, because it's a third planet, we'll then have access to get up there. How do we get access to up there? Well, chances are we'll likely be using this carbon dioxide engine. Why? Because I'm too lazy to think of a smarter way at the moment. All we need to do is find the geyser that produces the carbon dioxide for us, which, to be fair, I am surprised we have not found more. Considering there is apparently meant to be quite a few. But we do also have my mealwood right here, which means I can happily just place a bunch of farm tiles up here with the extremely radioactive wrecked satellite and we can begin the process of mutating it. Ha 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 ha! Which means it's time to attach a couple more mods for next episode. But everyone, I'm afraid that is for next time. For you see, I am all out of time for today's episode, and I hope to see you all again next time. If you're new here, be sure to leave us to subscribe. We produce new content all the time. And if you've enjoyed today's episode, leave a like to let me know. And comment down below about things you've enjoyed, things you want me to try, and things you think I've missed, important things you feel I've missed. But everyone, I'm afraid that until the next time that I see you, it is time for me to bid thee all farewell, and good day, and finally, good night.